What's up, athletes, and welcome to this edition of Triathlon Gear Review, where we break down the pros and cons of the most essential triathlon gear you need for a successful race. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about running shoes. And I know what you're thinking. Do I need to go out and buy those $250 super shoes to be a successful triathlete? Before you go waste your money, make sure you listen to this video through the end. I'm going to share with you the 3 elements you should be looking at to find the most versatile triathlon shoe to not only get you through all of your training, but also be an excellent race day shoe as well. And I will make sure to tell you which shoes you should avoid at all costs, especially as you're starting your triathlon journey. So let's dig in. All right, athletes, so let's dig into triathlon shoes and running shoes in general, the do's and the don'ts. So that way, when you go buy your first pair, you're not only going to get a great pair that's going to last you through all of your training, but it's also going to be race ready. So what are the 3 primary elements that I'm looking at when I'm buying running shoes for the first time, or I'm recommending it to first-time triathletes? The first one is affordability. The reality is triathlon is an extremely expensive sport. With swim, with bike, and with run, we have 3 unique sports that we have to buy gear for, and that really starts adding up over time. So before you go out and spend that $250 or $300 on super shoes, let's slow down so we can build a very nice quiver of triathlon gear and do so relatively affordable. Number 2, what I'm looking at is going to be durability. So many shoes out there are specific for race day, which means they're not going to be that durable. They're really made to be used a couple times a year. Again, because we are going to be training so much, we're going to be putting so many miles on these shoes over the next 3, 6, 12 months. We need to make sure that they're going to be able to hold up so we're not having to buy a new pair of shoes every 2 to 3 months. And the last thing, which is probably the most important for me when I'm selecting my triathlon shoes, is versatility. I want shoes that can primarily do it all. That means I need shoes for my recovery days, nice, slow, long miles that are nice and easy, have pretty good cushion underneath foot. The second thing with that is I'm also going to need shoes that can maybe pick up the pace a little bit. Some of those tempo runs, maybe even do some thresholds so they can handle speed work as well as those easy paces that we talked about a moment ago. And lastly, in a perfect triathlon shoe, I want to be able to use it not only for training, but I also want to be able to use it for race day. So I need a shoe that is going to perform on race day, give me that speed, but also give me the comfort. So I'm able to go those 13 or those 26.2 miles, not only fast, but I can do so in comfort. So now that we've broken down really the 3 different elements that we're looking at, how does that apply to the shoes that are out there? Well, when we're looking at running shoes, it can be extremely confusing, whether it be max cushion, whether it be daily trainers, super trainers, or of course, super shoes. There's a whole lot of information out there. So how do we narrow it down? Well, the first thing we want to do is start eliminating shoes using that 3-tier system. So super shoes, that's going to be the first thing I'm going to tell you to avoid, triathletes. Yes, they're sexy. Yes, there's a lot of rage about them. But the reality is they're really engineered for the fastest of the fast. With super shoes, they're extremely expensive. $250 to $300, that's a pretty big bite out of your budget. And then the last thing, they lack that versatility. Super shoes are made for one thing and one thing only. That's going fast on race day. They are not engineered as a daily trainer, as they will break down extremely quickly. And then you're going to have to buy 2 to 3 pairs within a year. And again, that price tag is going to start to add up. So if you're going to go out and buy some super shoes, I would say hold off and wait. Give yourself a couple years into the sport. Give yourself a couple races under your belt. And then consider upgrading as a little present to yourself later on down the road. So that brings me to the shoe that I would highly recommend for every triathlete out there to purchase, and that's a quality daily trainer. Daily trainers are going to check all the boxes that I talked about earlier. Number one, affordability. So a good daily trainer should come in anywhere from about 120 to about 150. That's kind of the going rate in today's market, which in today's market is extremely affordable. Daily trainers are also going to be extremely durable because they're not built specifically for race day. They're going to have more materials in them that do add some weight to the shoe. All the different technology in the shoe that's added is going to increase the durability. So in a good daily trainer, you should be able to get 2, 3, or even 400 miles in a pair of shoes, which means they're going to last you all through training as well as on race day themselves. And the last most important piece of that puzzle, versatility. Daily trainers should and can handle pretty much everything you're going to throw at it. From those tempo runs where you're doing speed work, to those nice, easy recovery runs, to the long 20, 30 mile runs. They're going to give you plenty of foam underfoot. And my favorite thing about a quality pair of daily trainers is they are going to allow you to race in them. So that means the shoe that you're training in, especially as a new triathlete, we don't want to be doing anything new on race day. You can train in your daily trainers and you can also race in your daily trainers. So they really check all the boxes. So in my hand here, I have my absolute favorite pair of daily trainers. These are the Hoka Mach 6s. Hoka Mach 6s are going to retail for, I believe, about $150, which to me is the best buy out there on the market. Again, because they're a daily trainer, they're going to be breathable in the upper, but they're not going to be paper thin like your super shoes. So that gives them great warmth in colder weather, but also breathability on those hot days. Another very important thing about daily trainers is they're going to have a little bit of extra rubber on the bottom. Again, this rubber is going to add weight to the shoe, but it's going to give durability. It's going to give that traction, and it's going to make the shoe last significantly longer. Now, the Hoka Mach 6s are going to use a supercritical foam underneath foot. So that's going to be an upgraded foam to what was used maybe 1 or 2 years ago. So you're going to get that nice soft cushion, but you also get a nice snappiness out of the shoe, especially when you see kind of the race rocker that is built into this. It gives you that natural propulsion forward. So I absolutely love the Hoka Mach 6s. These are what I train in and have trained in for the past 3 years. They're spectacular shoes and incredible for the money. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful for you today. Really want to inspire you to get out there and run. Please drop a comment below. Let me know what shoes you're deciding between. Love talking gear, and I love to answer all those questions for you. And of course, hit the like and the subscribe button and go out there and start getting those miles in, start prepping for the race, and I'll see you down the road.